who has played many video games through my life and not want to do anything but play the video games that I was addicted to, I think it's very important that people understand how prominent gaming disorder is and how easy one can become addicted to video games. Personally, for me, it was games like Minecraft or Rainbow Six Siege, Fortnite, Apex, lots of games, COD, Modern Warfare, Black Ops. I can just keep going, and that proves a point that it's very, very easy to get addicted to video games, especially when your friends are all playing as well. And I think that people don't understand that it's a real issue and that there are resources out there to help individuals that seem to be addicted to video games. In addition to spreading awareness about video game disorder, I've also interviewed a few of my friends who are kind of addicted to video games, I would say, and asked them their perspective on it and if they think that they are addicted to video games, what video game, as well as like criteria for addiction, so how it impacts them on a daily life, if they disregard their responsibilities, if it puts them in a financial situation that they shouldn't be in where they're spending money on video games that they don't have. As well as if it impacts their relationships or friendships and stuff like that. In terms of the interview portion, I asked Gabe and Andreas 7 questions about their video game usage, starting off with if they've heard of gaming disorder. The second question that I asked was if there were any games that they would consider themselves to be addicted to. The third question is how they would classify the game that they play. The fourth question is if their video game usage inhibits their ability to go to sleep at a reasonable time. The fifth question is if they prioritize the game that they play over the responsibilities that they have. The sixth question is if it impacts their finances negatively. And the seventh and final question is if it has impacted their friendships or relationships. When interviewing Andreas, he said that he has not heard of gaming disorder. His game of choice, and the one that he would consider himself to be addicted to, is League of Legends. He said that he classified it as a team competitive based game, and then he said it most of the time doesn't, but can inhibit his ability to go to sleep at a reasonable time. He said that he does not prioritize the game over his responsibilities. If he has homework or if he has to go to work, it doesn't impact anything. He said that it doesn't impact his finances and that it has not impacted his relationships or friendships. When I asked Gabe, he said that he also did not know of gaming disorder. He said that he would definitely consider himself to be addicted to Rainbow Six Siege. He said that it is classified either as like a team-based competitive game or first-person shooter, just depending on how you view it. And then he said that it does impact his ability to go to sleep at a reasonable time. And he said that it doesn't necessarily impact his prioritization in terms of responsibilities, but if it is like smaller things where like, oh, okay, I could do this instead of playing this game, he'll still play the game anyway, but when it like really comes down to it, he'll, do his responsibilities. He said that it only impacts his finances on a positive sense because he does play for money sometimes, and then he says that it has not impacted his friendships or relationships negatively. Overall, in both senses, I understand that gaming disorders should be talked about more and that there are a lot of people that suffer from it and are no longer able to prioritize what they need to do on a daily basis, and it's detrimental to their social, mental, and physical health. But there is also another side where video games have opened up a lot of avenues for many people, including myself, in terms of being introverted and not liking to speak to people. So with that being said, there are positives and negatives surrounding video game usage, but there are a lot of concerns that do need to be spoken about more.